This video is about bows. I'm going to show you two different bows. This is the kit bow. I've seen a few people using this. It comes with certain instructions that say loop it around like some sort of crazy thing and hope for the best. And it's a tiny piece of paper that is about as clear as muck. So I'm going to show you what I ended up doing. This is a key to my success, I would say. It's a flat ribbon-like shoelace, and I would say out of all the strings of all the bows that I've used, this one, and this is my first one. You can see it's starting to tear here. This is probably the best thing for me. It's got very little stretch in it. Everything stretches. Paracord to me is like, if you really don't want to learn how to do it, start with paracord. Paracord stretches so much. I've even tried Dyneema, and Dyneema doesn't work either. But yeah, paracord is like using bungee cord. It's just going to keep on stretching, and you're going to lose the dynamics, which is the control between your wrist and the spindle down onto the hearthboard. So anyway, that's a piece of information there, is that type of string, like a ribbon shoelace. All right, so here's the bow that I love. I've got notches in the top and bottom of it. This allows me to untie the bow and retie the bow. And one of the things with bows is once it starts to get loose, it's game over. It's game over, man. It's game over, man. You want to get be used to taking the string off and retightening it. This has to be perfect. Yeah, it has to be perfect. And when it stretches, it's not perfect anymore. Yes, you can twist and tighten it up a little bit when you're in the middle of your stroke, which is fine. But if you have to keep on twisting to tighten it, it's game over. So let's show you with the kit first of all. Okay, so here's the kit bow, and what I would suggest is, again, make a loop. So go around it. We may need to put a little bit of tape on this to get it right. There we go, it's through. I'm going to find where I've got my cut, which is here. This is breaking and fraying. I'm going to make a big knot here right down the bottom. I'm going to knot this here where it's not frayed. And I'm going to put another knot in. Right, now we've got a knot that will not pull through. The knot that won't knot. Okay, and then you can tie this around here. You don't want anything that's going to hit your hand or annoy your hand. Your hand's going to be like, what's hitting me? What's hitting me? Why am I getting hit? What's going on? So just tie this off. Make sure it's not getting in our way. All right, that's going to be fine. And then we'll go up here and we'll do another knot. Oh, look. I should have started further back. Okay, so let's see if we can thread this through using no knot. Oh. Now, there we go. Now, what I would recommend is you can kind of pre-set this so that it's as tight as you can get it, or kind of test how tight you need to be. So right there's my mark right there, and then pull it a tiny bit tighter. Yeah, so even a little bit tighter. Okay, and I'm going to wrap that around there. Now, any knot will do. And then we can put our string in, and this is how tight your string needs to be. You need to kind of walk it down the bow and then walk it back up the bow. There you go. And there's, you can see, even at its maximum, it's still stretching. So you need it even maybe a little bit tighter than that. You don't want to be able to move it. Anyway, that'll do, but it's not going to move, and we've got some forward and backward methods. All right, okay, that's one. So here's a bow I ended up making at the very beginning of learning bow drill, and it's been modified and modified and modified. You see these huge big notches in the end, and what this lets me do, I'm going to show you right now. I just open this, right? It's the most simple method I can think of. Oh, we've got a big knot. So this sort of thing will be your existence for a while. The bow is so important. It's got to be stable. And this is how I developed this idea. Everyone has their own idea and their own method. So, you know, take a few pointers from lots of people. So what I do is I take this, run it through this notch, and there's something about this. This is about the length. You'll see it goes from my elbow to the tip of my finger. I like this sort of approach, that the length of your bow is something to do with the symmetry of your body. So my bow is the length from the tip of my finger to the tip of my elbow. And this works for me. So I'm going to put it into this notch here at the top. I'm going to run it all the way down to this notch down here. I'm going to balance out the piece of wood and the string in my hands. And then I'm going to tie a knot here, up here. And then I'm going to run this down to here. And then I'm just going to tie that like so. And then I can wrap it so I don't have a knot. I can put the knot out here. And another knot. That gives me a bit of grip on the bow. And we'll just get rid of any hangy bits. All right. Now, and you'll see now I have a double-sided bow. Tiny little curve on one side. I don't think this matters. I've done it all sorts of ways. I'll use one side, I'll use the other side, I'll use 1 foot up, 1 foot down. Don't think it matters. Get our spindle. That's an old spindle. Let's have a look. This is the one that a lot of people use. But in the kit, you also get this one. I use this one. I think this is the most effective one, the shorter one. And even they can get down to this sort of length and they still work perfect. But a lot of people seem to use the big one for some reason. But I find this big one the most ineffective of all the bows. So, or all the spindles. Right. So we'll put this spindle on. I'm going to show you this. Again, it's going to be hard to work this on. You can see how hard it is now with this one, with my method. I'm going to even have to pull it and stretch it. I'm going to, yeah, and it sounds like a fucking piano wire now, and you'll see that there's no way. There's a little bit of movement there, but you can hear it. It's really on there. That to me is the most effective way of getting an ember, is to have that bow like that, this sort of string. There's nothing else that I like. I have real confidence in this method.